they got a meme floating around with a tattooed lion. I was about to allude to how many times I looked at this damn meme and laughed.
And realized that they wasn't standing on business.
So,
Hey, for all of my followers out there, who are who live by that whole mantra. And if you don't know what the fuck a mantra is, then look it up. Google is a powerful tool, motherfucker.
hey, that's not what we do here.
Yeah. Of
We are
course.
teachers.
We are teachers, and I
We're
just
gonna teach you how to look some shit the fuck up. How the hell you don't know what mantra is?
Gonna teach them how to stand on business.
That no business. I just want you to know, like when I keep repeating this shit, like I'm not adapting your saying at all. Like I'm making fun of you.
That's not
Yeah,
it's not what we're trying to accomplish here.
at all.
Lottie, say something positive to the people to counteract that shit.
Yeah.
Nick Nat Patty Whack, give a dog a bone.
This nigga,
Hey,
he ain't
but
standing
Shaw, you
on
got that
business
yet?
either.
Yeah, I got it.
You got that? All right, cool. Nah, but for real though, stand on business.
There you go, right there.
So that's that.
God damn.
That's even worse, bro.
Yeah.
I tried to gain my composure and then looked up and saw the shit on the screen.
Hey.
It's so funny. Oh my god.
Hey.
Damn.
Oh shit. Okay, let me get it
Oh,
together.
the
Hey, what I
Playboy
was-
bunny. I'm just not seeing the motherfucking Playboy bunny. God, oh,
You ain't see that the first time that they put that up?
I didn't, man. I didn't.
Somebody
I've seen
said you
this
did.
meme.
Hey,
Somebody
oh,
said-
you was right what you said earlier.
Hey, what I
Oh, you was
lying.
right what you said.
God damn.
Somebody said you didn't.
I've seen this meme before floating through social media, man. I've never seen the Playboy bunny tattoo. That's
but this meme, bro, albeit so fucking hilarious, is a true depiction, in my opinion. I'm curious as to what y'all's are, but in my opinion, is a true depiction of where we came from and where we are now. And I'm more curious as to how we got here and how do we, if it's a problem, how do we fix it? So that's the topic. No, not standing on business. The one on the top, he lame. The nigga at the bottom appears to be standing on business. I don't know what that business is.
Lottie, what you what say you, man? Like how,
But
how you felt like
yeah.
we got to how you felt like we got here, bro? Like I feel like this on you, right?
Yeah, I know this one to strike a chord with.
Normally I go
Well,
on my
not,
soliloquy, but I'm a stand the fuck down on this one.
Well, you know my stance on it, man. It ain't no secret. Shout out to Davis. You know, there ain't no secret, man.
Yeah. Ain't no secret.
We've had these conversations off camera and even on camera in past episodes. You know, if we gonna talk about how we got here to where we have generations of softer men, um, then it goes right back to the same thing I always say. We got to go back to where the world started to change in 1965, where all these new ideas started coming into play. You know, the problem is that the men were taken out of the household. Fathers were taken out of the household, and what you're seeing is a product of children who grew up in single parent households led by the mothers. So you end up getting softer men who are being taught how to, who grew up under their mothers being taught to be nicer, kinder, gentler, who were basically pampered, and they took on those soft feminine emotions of their mother, instead of teaching young boys that they need to work to earn their value, and they need to go out into the world and actually be competitive. You see a lot of guys growing up in Jordans and nice fancy clothes and whatnot, and things were just being handed to them, being given to them as if they were, and being spoiled as if they were girls. You know, these same boys grew up being entitled. I think that's why you see a lot of young men today, man, with the sense of entitlement, not wanting to work, not wanting to build anything, you know, and it's only gotten worse as technology advanced. Having tablets put in front of them, kids are getting cell phones at a much younger age. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was like 17, and I had to get a job for that. Now, people are now making money off of social media, which is why everybody's trying to go viral. People don't even want to go to people don't even want to get jobs no more. People don't even want to go to the military no more. You know, so I think it all stems from what happened in '65. Once in the Black community specifically, where our men were taken out of the households, and you just start seeing children being brought up with and brought up in single households that were led by mothers, and it reversed the roles. Men were being taught to be more softer, kinder, gentler, less ambitious. Maybe I would argue that, and women were taught to be more harder and aggressive, and even more ambitious, and to go to college, and were taught to earn their value as if they were men. So that's what we see today.
No, fuck
Man,
that. Nah.
bro. Hey, y'all, when you go back and see this video, I was literally
Fuck.
saying, Bailey, you don't
Fuck.
have nothing to say.
Fuck
back
no.
to-
Fuck.
Wait,
No.
what?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Bailey. Stand on business, dog. Go ahead. What you got, dog? Send it.
Bruh. I'm
Bailey,
sorry.
the floor is
I
yours.
grew up with fucking Rambo, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I grew up
Ooh.
around, and I grew up by a woman. My grandmother raised me. But I also had a grandmother that told me, as the dog been saying on here, to stand on business. There's just certain fucking things that we are supposed to do as men. Now, the times haven't fucking changed. Acceptance has.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. Yeah,
Times ain't fucking changed.
I like
Acceptance
that.
has.
I like
Things that was tolerable. The difference between tolerable and fucking acceptance. There's a big ass difference.
Yeah.
Certain shit now we have to, well, for me, I have to tolerate. Don't mean that I have to fucking accept it. There's a difference.
Like that.
First of all, the male lion in that fucking picture, and Hawk know I'm going there with this because I always like to use
I can't
the
wait.
analogy,
I can't
right?
wait.
But I'm sorry. A fucking male lion don't fucking talk to his food. Period. Why the fuck are we even saying this? Like, take care of your house, take care of your wife, take care of your children, right? It's just something simple that we fucking do,
And
right?
stand on business.
All this fucking gender role, and this one is we devalue men, and we like ain't none of this fucking you knew. Hey, I went to a bathroom. You got the same motherfucking thing that I got when I use the fucking toilet. You fucking we I don't know where this gender role we got more like, and I actually did some studying on this shit too. The acceptance value has changed. Now we opening up. Men are being more especially like platforms right now. Everybody got a fucking podcast. So now all these feelings and all these things come out, which I think is okay because I think a long time a lot of men died in silence. And a lot of times we didn't have a platform to fucking, we ain't had no shit like this when I was growing up. Men just sitting here just talking. It was usually a barbershop we had to go to. You know what I'm saying? But for the love of me, I never see a fucking lion talking to a fucking zebra. It's fucking food. Why? Like, why? Like, why?
Right. What do you mean by that? Expand on that. You never seen
So,
a lion.
are
on,
you
Lottie. Hold on,
saying
hold on,
that
hold on.
the
Wait,
men
wait,
of
wait.
today
Wait
are
a minute.
food?
So hold on. I'm trying to feed. So this is where I'm struggling at, right? So Bailey said that he disagreed with what Lottie said. He said, no, fuck that. But I'm trying to figure out where he disagreed
Oh,
at.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm.
looking for too.
I don't think I don't think that it was it. I don't think that men working to have value in themselves. I don't believe that you should be valued, period, because you're a fucking human being. I don't think you should have to work to find your value, even though society has put the price of what we make in our profession as the value of a man or how many resources that we can provide. I think that's
Let them
bullshit.
cook. Let them cook.
Men in this picture, when it shows men in the past and men in today, we've taken more like there's more acceptance for this, to me, this softer side and toxic masculinity, and you know the microaggression, and men don't have to be like this, and you know the caregivers staying at home, and some men they staying at home with their families, staying at home with their kids while the woman goes home. I'm not while the woman goes in work. I'm not letting my fucking wife outwork me. I'm sorry. That's just her body is just not made. I'm made to labor. I'm not fucking letting my wife work harder than me. That shit just sound fucking ridiculous.
Do you mean outwork you or out earn you?
Now I don't know about out earning. Now I have to think about
Well,
that.
because I'm about to say, I'm gonna throw this out there right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
what you said you're not gonna let your wife outwork you.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
I'm not gonna let my wife work harder than I
I'm gonna be
do.
real with you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. So I make pretty decent, right? I do pretty well for myself, but I don't do a goddamn thing in order to earn that wage, right? And
We're gonna post this video in the
you know,
future when he's
so
no longer
when you
employed at that
said
office.
you won't let your wife outwork me, now I'm gonna be real with you, right? Even if my wife was a I don't know a pharmacy tech, they don't really do much. She still outworks me, but she damn sure don't out earn me. So you know,
Now, would you have an issue with your woman out earning you?
But to Bailey, that's why I asked that question. Me personally, I wouldn't. I don't know
I
where
would.
y'all land
I,
on this spectrum, but
Well, so here's the thing, right? So this is why I stand. So I know they got this whole talk nowadays about because the last video we did last week, we talked that we tapped in about a high value this and high value all that bullshit, whatever. Um, so me personally,
click on the
right?
channel. You can find the previous videos.
Yeah. So um, I have I've been embedded in my career field for about 15 years now. I'm set to retire pretty soon, and if my significant other decides to if she's pursuing her her craft or whatever, and at some point in the game she makes more than I do, then I applaud her, right? That goes to the Davis household. Cool, great. You know what I'm saying? The so long as the respect barrier is is where it needs to be, then what the fuck? Like, my role in my household is not dictated by a dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I'm making 120,000 a year and she making 121,000 a year, my dick's still swinging. I don't care. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you built like that, you built like that. And I feel like nowadays, you know, as a people, we get distracted by stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? The opinion of others is the biggest one. You know,
I agree. Yeah.
so like you always worried about what other people think, societal norms and all the rest of that. And we let that shit impact, you know, how we view each other, how we view our wives, how we view our husbands and shit like that. Honestly, man, like what works in your household is what works in your household. I don't necessarily think a dollar amount because I know a lot of motherfuckers out there who make 6 figures a year, and in my opinion, they still bitches. So I don't quite frankly feel like the dollar amount plays a part. That's just me.
So I got a question for y'all then, right? And I've read this was about this post and this. What about like the economic pressure of we have to earn more? We have to earn more than our significant other, our spouse, our woman inside the household.
Well, I mean, what does that do? I mean, like, so like
Yeah.
if you earn more, if Hulk earned more than his wife, like what does it do? Like, I mean, what message did it change? I don't understand. Now I know there's gonna be some people in the comments, and I'm gonna clarify what I'm talking about, right? Um, so don't get it twisted for whatever person is gonna come in and be like, oh yeah, he's this and he's that. No. So in my current situation right now, right? Like I paid all of the bills in my situation, in my house, right? All of that is on me. It's on the dog.
Same
You know what
here.
I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, for me personally, I don't give a shit, right? Because the way I look at it is, as the man of the house, I think. Matter of fact, Shannon said this the other day on his what's it called. Shout out to Shannon and
Shout
Ocho.
out to Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. So he said this. He said, man, you know, he was saying he wouldn't care. And I side with him because at the end of the day, whether my wife makes 100,000, 120, 160,000, I'm still gonna be like I'm still gonna take care of everything. The money that you make, you save that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of I'm gonna shoulder the load. So the money that you make, okay, cool. If we decide to go on a vacation and go to fucking Bermuda or some shit like that and get lost down in that triangle, fuck it. Cool. You can take care of that if you want to. Fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna shoulder the load regardless. It don't matter. So I don't personally think that my manhood is determined by a fucking dollar amount. Because at the end of the day, guess what? I stand on business. Mic drop.
No, I gotta ask a question. I'm sorry.
What's up?
Hypothetically,
Hypothetically,
your significant other
right?
makes $1 million a year,
Oh shit, we're gonna eat good.
and you make 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
You gonna shoulder the load to make your nuts feel heavier?
Well, I think at that point you like so again, like I say, me shouldering the load don't make my nuts feel heavy. Them bitches heavy regardless. I struggle to
Okay,
carry them bitches around.
so
That's just because I stand on business, baby.
Man, if you in this hello bitch.
so y'all have to live, but below
At that
your
point,
means
At that point,
in order to.
no. At that point, I think you implement common sense. You know what I'm saying? So if my wife at that point, you know, becomes a millionaire, whatever the case may be, um, you know, then yeah, we use common sense, right? Like, why should my kids have to, you know, live a subpar life in comparison to what the income is based off of my ego? No, I don't. I think that's stupid. So,
Okay, just
you
clarify.
know, if my wife makes $1 million a year and I make 120, sure, but don't get it
What I
twisted.
what I do find interesting, and I pose this show,
Mhm.
is why has your financial income been associated to those two different lines on the screens, or is it supposed to be?
I don't think they are.
We took the conversation to a
I don't
financial
know why
place.
we
That
took
was
it
the rabbit
financial.
hole we went down.
I have no clue why we got here, but
That's how we
I
naturally
don't think
went.
that finances has anything to do with that bullshit up there.
Okay, then
So
what do you see up there?
let's
Sean.
pause for a minute. That's what
Stand
I
on
was
business.
gonna, and that's what I was gonna go to. Right. Let's first discuss what we actually visually perceive
Can
here in
we
this,
please remove the image?
Okay.
I
picture,
can't
right?
stop laughing at it.
So what? Well, so I want to point this out before you take it down. So what I perceive in this, I see a lion up top, and I see a bitch down bottom. All right, cool.
That's good.
Oh,
All right,
wait.
before you
Hold
take
on.
it down,
I just
Wait
want
a
to add
minute.
that.
what do you see? No, wait, Shaw, you
Go
was
ahead,
about
sir.
to take us into
Go ahead,
your
sir.
conversation.
Yeah,
So
pussy
Bailey, what
cat
do you
down
see
the bottom.
first?
I see masculine strength. The bottom, I see
Say
him downstairs.
it.
See a goddamn gazelle. Lottie, you see two lions. No.
Wow.
Lot,
Oh
what
god.
do you see?
I count 6
Mm.
shots.
On the top, on the top, I see somebody who's standing on business, and on the bottom,
That's where you fucked up at. The one on the bottom is standing on business.
nah,
I'm sorry, the
Nah.
one on the
Bro, I
bottom.
can't
Like,
with this nigga.
nah, the one on the top, that's the one. Even though it's sitting down, it's standing on business. It means business. You look at it, you know that motherfucking line means business. Ain't nobody here gonna want to fuck with that damn line, man. We know it means business, but that motherfucker at the bottom, that shit look like something, man. That comes out of a circus act. That look like something that belongs in the show. You know what I'm saying? That you find in them fucking red and white striped tents. You know what I'm saying? That's what that look like. We laugh and what Richard Pryor say in this one stand up, man. You know, like, man, we be throwing shit at the line and shit. You know, and the line be cowering like, shit. Yeah, we wouldn't take that motherfucker serious. That's what I see. I see a circus act down at the bottom.
The lion that's above actually is showing strength and power, right? It's by him just sitting there, he's showing some strength and power. The one on the bottom is showing you the illusion of strength and power. The beard is
I like what you
actually
did with that.
the beard is actually supposed to represent strength. And if you notice what's happening in society, how many people are walking around now with beards? Right.
Hey,
and if you connect
hey.
that directly, if you connect that directly to what we're looking at in this picture here, and you understand the hair, right? And our culture, what happened? The rappers, the entertainers, they started going with the locks and this and that, and all of that started happening. And guess what? It just blew up. You know, a lot of that was already happening with the hold on, Mike, out in New York. Like these guys are already bearded up. These guys are already, you know, with the locks. They were doing this thing all up and down Virginia. You remember Davis when we was out there? Those guys had locks everywhere you look. They had them. But as you move further across the country, you start seeing it more and more. And that's because people are starting to, I can't be powerful. I don't have the power. Well, at least let me look the part, right? So that's what I see in that picture. But to back it up to where Lottie started at and bring it all the way forward to where we at now, we can. Lottie had mentioned something about, you know, back in 1965 and how things changed and so forth and so forth, right? You're talking about
feminism.
well, feminism. I don't think had a whole hell of a lot to do with it, right?
Me neither.
There was a lot of things going on. We had the Vietnam War going on. We had heroin coming in. All kind of stuff going on. All of those things, and I know everybody here has seen the movie Crooklyn, right? It shows you exactly what was going on during that time. We coming back from Vietnam. We coming back. We coming back to nothing as men, right? Even though the people in the generations before us, the silent generation, all the way to the baby boomers, they had built all these things up They had worked all these things. They had put all the hard work in, right? And I can't say so much for the baby boomers because they were kind of like the lazy generation. No shots to any baby boomers out there, but I mean, these are the facts, right? They were kind of like the hippie generation, but the silent generation, you're talking about the greatest generation. All these people put all this hard work in for us, right? And then here it comes in the 60s, and I'm talking about the 60s specifically because Lottie mentioned it, right? We off at war. We come back, we get addicted to heroin. The government giving us cigarettes and with ration and cigarettes to us and letting us go out and get doped up and stuff like that, and we come back to
shit.
Right?
Fuck.
So I don't think it had anything to do with feminism. I just think it had a lot to do with what we came back to. We didn't have nothing. And so with not having nothing, I gotta do what I gotta do in order to make sure that we can get to the next day. And sometimes that led me as a man outside of the home and never to come back. And yes, sometimes these women ended up raising these young men. But at the same note, the men now let's bring it full circle. The men now that realize that they fucked up then is trying to tell you young men, hey, women ain't shit. And y'all falling for it.
Hold on,
right?
Shaw.
Y'all want to show up with the beers and say, hey, we men.
Wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute.
Oh, go ahead.
So wait a minute. Hold on. So now what I
just let
hate,
him go.
What I hate, and this was supposed to be Lottie's show, but what I hate is when we pitch some shit from one side, because you saying that the men now are saying women ain't shit, and I agree there are some men that are saying that, right? But don't get it twisted. The women too are saying that men ain't shit.
What I'm saying is because we're talking about this picture right here, right? So I'm not talking about what the women are saying because we know what the women are saying. What we have to identify is, okay, what are we saying, right? Because
who is we?
We as men.
Okay. Hold on, Shaw. Pause on that we.
Yeah, pause for the call.
The dog had some version of pushback.
Yeah, I do a lot.
Send it.
But my thing is, so my problem with the gender war nowadays, right? Because that's what it is. It boils down to a gender war, right? And as I always say, which one came first, the chicken or the fucking egg? Now, when we talking about the black household and stuff like that, right? And we getting enthralled into this bullshit of who's the fault. Oh, well, the man is the fault. He chose the needle over his family. He chose the streets over his family. Yeah. Women, they pushing feminism. They pushing all of this shit. They turning our boys into bitches. However the fuck you want to call it, right? Because I can say that lion or pussycat was the cause of, the absence of a man. Or I can say that pussycat was the cause of too much of a woman. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. My thing is, how the fuck do we turn that motherfucker at the bottom back to that at the top?
But you gotta. It does matter. It has to matter.
It does.
How does it matter?
You cannot.
Okay.
You can't move forward. You can't.
Hold on, Shaw.
Where you came from.
Well, okay, so
Lottie, you said it does. Why?
Yeah, it does, because pretty much what Shaw said. We can't move forward, or we can't come up with no solutions. I should have sent it to Shaw. If we don't even understand how we got there in the first place.
Well,
if we don't understand how this shit, matter of fact, go back to Hidden Colors 1. Shout out to Umar Johnson.
Shit.
Remember what he said in that video right there?
Mm-hmm.
He said one of the problems that we have in the black community is that we are too quick to want to go rush out and fix some shit that we don't know nothing about. If my car is broken and I'm not a mechanic and I go and buy a whole bunch of tools and a bunch of shit to try to go up underneath my car and fix it, and I don't know nothing about this car, I can end up wasting my money, my time, my resources, or probably even lose my life.
Sure.
I got to read that manual first. I got to study it. I got to understand this car. So that way, when I go up under there to fix it, I don't waste none of that shit. And that's
Sure.
the same situation that this is right now. How can we sit up
Sure.
here and
Dog.
We
try to
showing,
fix
we giving free
Dog,
advertisement.
why are
back
you
there.
sarcastically showing?
We giving free
Because-
advertisement
what
back
is-
there
no,
on your
what is-
I
screen.
agree
No, I'm
to
giving-
everything that y'all are saying, right?
We just advertised for Stars TV, Power
We
Book,
did.
Raising Canaan on your
Yeah.
TV. Also McDonald's.
Yeah. so so I
I missed
agree
that.
to everything that you're saying, provided that I was trying to get to the outcome that you were pitching. But the problem is I'm not trying to get there because I'm not trying to fix anything. That's the thing. So the same person who you talking about, Dr. Umar Johnson, he also said what? That you can't fix this generation. He said the only thing you do with this generation is they all gotta drown. That's what he said, right? The same person, right? So cool.
Well,
Right?
I
So
say,
the
I
same,
say drown.
I think
They say
Lottie said drown.
right.
drown.
So
I say
Umar
drown.
said, no, Umar said that. Umar said that this
No, he said
generation
they
is,
gotta go put them to sleep
he said you got to put them to sleep.
They
That's
got
what he
died,
said.
basically.
for good.
So the same person, with that being said, like with me, with my approach, I'm not saying to fix anything because you can't fix it. That image at the bottom, you can't fix that. It's already there. So the damage is already done, bro. The milk is already spilt. You ain't picking that shit up and put it back in a jug. It ain't happening. What I'm talking about is how we move forward. So that 7-year-old, you know what I'm saying? That 8-year-old boy over there, that 13-year-old boy over there, shout out to Jaquan. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them. How do I keep them from being that motherfucker at the bottom? How do I keep
Gotcha.
how do I keep
Well,
that
problem is
12-year-old?
that they children of that.
No,
They
no,
children
no,
of
no.
that motherfucker at the bottom.
They still
Slow-
innocent. They ain't got
slow
that
it
far
down.
yet. That ain't got that far yet. That's what I'm talking about. So
But
I'm
if that's what
talking
they
about-
have as a model, if that's what they have as a model,
No. So if that's what they have at the model, then take the fucking tablets out of their hand. You ain't got to worry about that. So with that being said, right? So
if their parent is the one giving them the tablet, it's up to that parent to take the tablet out their hand. You can't just walk up
okay,
and take
so
the tablet
here's
out
the
their hand.
thing, though. Right? So when we're talking about models and we're talking about idolizing a group, so we also just spoke about LeBron James. So what we as a people do is we continue to put LeBron James on the pedestal that he deserves to be on for making the decision that he made. We promote that. We promote positivity. We don't promote the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. So when it comes down to the roles in the household, when it comes down to turning boys to men and such stuff like that, it's simple. You can't fix the boys that turn into bitches. They already bitches. Let them continue to get bent over, fucked
Some
in
would
the
argue
ass
they
or
was
whatever.
born like that.
Yeah, let them continue to get bent over, whatever their fate is. Let them continue to get it. But what I'm talking about is the young Jaquans. I'm talking about Jaquan. How do I fix him? It ain't even fix him.
The
How
name
do
like
I,
that,
how
he
do I-
already in trouble.
How do I turn Jaquan into that top image up there? By
I'm sorry,
teaching him.
Jaquan.
By teaching him. By teaching
Yeah,
him his
I
role in
definitely say
society.
that.
By teaching him
Yeah.
his role in society, right?
Bailey, you say what?
My intention is not to fix anything. My intention is to take that bullshit at the bottom image over there and show Jaquan why he should not amount to that. So quite frankly, we can sit here and talk about which came first, the chicken or the egg, and all the rest of that, but it does nothing. Go ahead, Bailey. My bad.
No, I'm just.
It does.
It gotta be like
it does.
Yeah,
like-
it does. But we're gonna toss it to Bailey.
Yeah, that's fine.
bringing my sons around men like you that's on this call right now. Bringing around men that I deem to be, if something was to happen to me, that you're taking my place.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm not bringing my son around no males, because everybody ain't a man. Just because you got a reproductive organ between your legs, that doesn't make you a man. And you when they're looking in the old videos, Brother David said what a man is a couple of shows ago. Going to tune into
check
the
that
show.
out.
Right? But mentoring them, the importance of education and importance of being a role model in your society. And And the importance of education, by God, like that right there, this understanding, and whoever the Jaquans and understanding, like you're we as black men, we don't just represent ourselves. Unfortunately, we're in a society where we're looked at a certain type of way. I have to prepare my sons to live in a country that still finds them as a threat, no matter what you look like.
Right.
And it's important for not only education expands your mind. It's to take that 90s thinker and can make him into a 360. You can't effectively lead no household if you're linear in your thoughts. If you can't even you can't even reason, you can't use logic, you can't, because you still deal with things as emotion. To Lottie, what you said, I think that's one of the issues that some of us grow up with in a household when we only have one parent. I didn't grow up with a father, but I had, and they wasn't the greatest of men, but they gave me a lot of jewels. The hustlers around my way gave me a lot of jewels. Um, as I grew up and I started to
Shout out to
speak
the
with
niggas
other
on the street.
professional men, it was there was these type of men that had great households. They were in marriages, and they told me about these things and how to carry myself. Why it's important to, wear a suit or dress in a certain type of way, or how you conduct yourself as a man. I think it's the mentorship, just something as simple as teaching me how to tie a tie, like what type of shoes you wear, shoes matching your belt, and just certain things like that we just didn't have. YMCA's, like we used to have YMCA's back in the day, where you had your like coaches and mentors from the neighborhoods and all that stuff. And I know it might sound old, I might sound old to a lot of the viewers on here, but I mean I am a little bit older. But I think that's where the problem is. I think that's where the problem
Don't
is
do it,
at.
Shaw.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, sure, I'm older than you, bro.
God damn it, Bailey, why you do that for? What
I
you do
said a
that
little
for?
bit.
What you
Yeah,
do that for?
yeah, but I think that's the point, man. Like, if I'm gonna bring my sons, I'm gonna bring my sons around men like you that can teach them something, man. It's not just the entertainment things. They just tell us to put a ball or you rap. Like that was the thing where I was from in New York. You rap or you play bro or you sold dope or crack. That was, you didn't have too many people that look like me that was successful, doctors and engineers and lawyers and all of those things. So it can't just be the entertainment thing, and we're more we're more we want to be entertained more than anything. It seems like we want to be entertained more than educated.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we began to change that bottom to the top.
So
And
I wanna clarify something that I said. My bad, baby. Did I cut you off?
yeah, no, you good, sir. You good.
So I want to clarify something. So when I said that, when I spoke on something that's not important, what I'm talking about is, so of course, from whence we came, that is important. So I had to catch that. From whence we came is absolutely important. So I do feel like that you should let your seeds know from whence they came. What I'm talking about that I will not and I refuse to instill in my kids is this gender war bullshit. I will not teach them to point the finger at a man or a woman. It's nobody's fault.
Bro, in this
It's
situation,
we as a society whose fault it is. It's us as a society. It ain't the
this
mothers. It
situation
ain't the
isn't a
fathers.
gender war.
No. What I'm saying is right. So because like I'm just speaking on what's prevalent in society today, right? More so
No,
because
no,
the
no.
gender.
I
Yeah.
mean, looking at that meme, you brought the gender war into it.
Right.
This ain't a woman's fault. Like
No.
that top line to
Now
that
some might say that, Hawk.
bottom line,
Some
Now,
might
Hawk,
say
that's
that.
the
some would say
nigga's
that.
fault.
Some might
No,
say
but see,
it's a woman's fault.
you said that's somebody's fault. So that's what I'm talking about. I want to just completely nix pointing the finger at anybody. If we're gonna point the finger at anybody, we're gonna point the finger at ourselves.
That's
Richie said,
unrealistic,
"Don't point
dog.
the finger at anybody."
That's
No.
unrealistic.
No. We as what I'm saying is
You can't not point the finger at somebody and then point the finger at yourself.
Well, yeah, you right. Well, fuck it. You know what the fuck I'm saying, goddamn it. Bailey, you know what I'm talking about. I'm standing on business, guys.
All fingers to Jesus.
I'm standing on business. Standing on business. So
that would essentially mean that you're pointing the finger at someone.
Because
I am someone.
I am somebody.
Touch me like I'm nobody.
What I'm saying is black people, my queens, my kings. Let's not continuously, point the finger at each other's, right? When it come down to turning this thing over, let's come together. Let's unite. Let's enact some unity. Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
But you taking it to that level though. Like you actually taking it to that level is actually causing the conversation to come up about whose fault it is.
Well, so follow me here. I'm standing on business.
We've been following you, and you let us down this rabbit hole.
I'm standing on business. So you're running in a full circle this whole time.
Well, follow me here. What I'm saying is because what somebody said, "Oh, the man did that. The father bred that shit." That's the what's called. Let's do something about it, man. Let's. I ain't saying change that because you can't change that. It's there now. How do we move forward, man? Let's keep these generations.
So you ask that question time and time again, and the way you move forward, bro, is
you have to know which direction is forward. So I have to highlight to you which direction is backwards. Like,
no. So
this was the fuck up. Don't go that way. That's not
right. And I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I agree with you.
So you have to. I'm not saying that you spend all day assigning blame, but what I am saying is that in order for me to offer you a solution, I first have to tell you that there's a problem.
What I'm saying is
for the people that was raised by the lion on the bottom, they don't see a problem. The same way we talking about the red pill, blue pill shit last time. The people on the blue pill side, they don't even know that the red pill exists.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is I do agree. Identify the problem. Because that is a problem. That shit at the bottom, it is absolutely a problem.
No. Okay, but here's the thing. And you do this on a lot of situations. You're like, okay, cool. We identified the problem, but let's move on to this shit. Okay, cool. I identified the problem.
No, I'm about to definitely touch on your problem, right?
No.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap both sides, right?
Now
because
I also
there's
have
two
to
sides
explain to you
coin.
why it's a problem.
Right.
I have
I'm
to
gonna tell you both
where
sides
you came from and where you failed. Wait, no.
And I'm gonna tell you both sides.
Again, dog. Wait,
failure, right?
Let's pause. Let's pause what you're doing right now.
Right?
Bro, let's pause what you're doing right now because I was in the middle of having a point. I was in the middle of saying something and you trying to cut me off. You're trying to cut me off right now. I have to identify to you what the problem is. And I also have to identify to you where and how you fail. And I also
the problem does have to be identified.
Where and how you get back up. So in order for me to do that, I have to point that out.
I said I agree with you.
You have to identify.
What you didn't say you agreed with me. What you actually did was some tattoo lion shit and actually tried to talk over me the whole goddamn time while I was trying to make a point. Even if you was gonna agree with me, even if you was gonna agree with me while we was talking, what you could have did if you was one of the niggas in the top of the picture. What you could have did was allow me to state my case and then said, I agree with you. Instead, you spent the last fucking 45 seconds trying to talk over me and then explain to me how the hell you are on the side of the niggas on the top.
Noted. So again, like I say, bro,
go ahead.
What I think is
wait.
So
let me show you how I'm one of the niggas on the top of that picture.
You said what?
Make your point.
You said who? What'd you say? I didn't catch that.
Niggas on the top of the picture called it.
The niggas on the top of the picture.
God damn, Bailey, I can't even keep a straight face.
So for the audience out there, right?
Oh my god,
Bailey is ruining the moment.
I wanna throw this out there,
I
right?
tried, bro.
This was supposed to be a
tried,
heated
man.
debate between them two motherfuckers on the right
shit.
side. It was
Oh, wait,
supposed to be
oh,
between
man.
Lottie and Shaw. That's how this is
No.
supposed to be.
Hey,
Oh,
dog,
God
just
damn.
go, just go.
Oh
we
my
gonna
God,
edit.
man.
We gonna
I
edit
tried.
this part out, and we gonna keep it between us.
Nah, we ain't editing a motherfucking thing. That shit stays, bro.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
gotta
no.
keep that-
I'm
keep
just
that.
editing the part out when he's highlighting it was supposed to be between you and
Yeah.
Shaw.
Oh,
Yeah.
God
So
damn.
the
Wait, I gotta get back in position.
hey,
Oh shit,
I
man.
agree to that. Yo, so peep game though, right? So like I said, I agree with you, bro. I agree. Highlight the problem. The only thing that I disagree with, in the words of my brother Umar, the only thing that I disagree with, I'm gonna say it 3 times like he'll do it, is the fact of highlighting and enhancing the gender war thing. If we're gonna blame a entity, blame us all.
But
That's
wait a
all I'm
minute.
saying.
That's just like saying that you don't
That's
want to
a-
talk
that's a-
about how black people played a role in the history of the United States and how we were affected by things, but
That
you
is
don't want to
what
talk
I'm
about
saying.
critical race theory, right?
That is not
Critical
what
race
I'm-
theory
Nah,
is
man,
something
that-
that
that's-
someone
that's-
else made up.
No, that is not what I'm saying, Shaw. That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. You disagree to disagree.
The
Stop.
gender war thing
No.
is something someone else made up
No,
to
that
try
is
and to bring a wedge.
Nigga, you're
Well,
wrong.
That
we're
is
actually
what I-
having a
right.
conversation that
again,
we've been
Shaw.
having.
You are disagreeing to disagree. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
I'm
it.
telling you the truth.
No, stop it. Stop it. I am too. You do this all the time. You disagree to disagree. So stop it. Because what you do is
Wait, you disagree to disagree,
But no-
Davis. You do
you
it all the
disagree
time.
to
Too. You openly
No,
talk
no.
about how you disagree.
No,
to disagree.
no, Lottie,
You
listen.
do
Lottie,
it
you're not privy
all
to this.
the time.
Lottie, stop it. You're not getting my point that I'm going to. So I'm coming at you too. What Shaw will do is disagree with me and then agree with me.
Smoke.
Shaw does it all the time. He'll disagree
I'm
with
just
me
telling
and
you
he'll
that you
say the
cannot.
same
You
thing.
cannot.
No.
What you're saying is you have to talk about what we're talking about. But let's just say we're not
I
going to
am-
call it a gender war.
No, that is not what I'm saying.
Let's just
Stop it.
because that's how you like to do. Let's just
No,
say we're not calling it a
is
gender
not
war.
what
We're
I'm
calling
saying.
it. We're just having a conversation.
That is not what I'm saying. Damn it. What I am
It's the
saying.
Bro, Bailey
It
retired.
walks like a duck,
This is-
quacks like a duck, but we gonna call it a cat just so you can sleep better at night.
All right,
Wait a
Shaw.
minute.
So
Ain't that
Shaw,
what
Maybe
you
he
know
want to
for
be a
saying?
pumpkin today.
Hold on, Shaw. So Lottie, if you gonna quote me, goddamn it, then pay homage to where you got that motherfucking quote from, motherfucker, because I'm patenting that bitch too. That's mine.
Hey, I said
Thanks.
that's what you know for saying. I did give you your
I'm
credit.
fucking with you.
I gave you your credit. Oh,
Gonna
okay.
add
No,
that
what-
to a wild
Seriously
fucking
though,
one.
Davis,
Yeah.
what I'm
Mhm.
saying is that the conversation has to be had, and it's always been had within
I
our
didn't
community.
disagree with
Right?
you.
Hold up. It's always been had within our community. It's just
Anytime I
now
say I disagree.
somebody gave it a name, and they're calling it a gender war.
And I disagree
But
with
we've
that bitch.
always been having this conversation. But when you say, hey, let's not have the conversation about what it is, a gender war, when men and women are having a discussion among themselves, we're having this discussion all the time.
That's not what I'm saying, Shaw. That's what I'm telling you. So I'm gonna say this calmly. What I'm saying is this:
What you saying, Chuck?
end the gender war.
It's not, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No,
It's such
listen to.
thing. They made it up. It's fake
I got it.
news.
All right, cool. So you saying it's fake news. So you saying it doesn't exist.
It's just
So
like the
you're-
critical race theory. It's fake news. It's not
Word.
real.
I catch where you coming from. Don't entertain that bullshit that they trying to force on us as a people.
So what you're saying?
But when you say
stand
that,
on business. That's what you're saying.
Stand on
when you say that, when you say it in this context, you're saying,
Yeah.
hey, we need to shut down a dialogue
You saying
between
don't
men and
feed the
women.
beast. Don't feed the beast is what you're saying.
But what I'm saying, you can't.
He's saying
You're telling
saying
us
that.
not to have dialogue. See, somebody came up with this idea
What are you
so
saying?
that we can turn a dialogue into a debate.
Okay, so
We can
not
turn
just
a
with-
dialogue into a disagreement. So
I
they
think
gave
we
it a
talking about
term in
different
order to
things, man.
monetize it. And I'm going somewhere with this. we have been dehumanized as black people, one by being called black people.
Dehumanized and
this,
desensitized and degenerized.
So hold up.
Go ahead.
So hold
bro.
up. For over the past 200 years, right? We have been dehumanized here in the United States of these Americas, right? And by being dehumanized, we have been taken out of a place of our natural selves and our natural habitat, but we didn't have to have a conversation about what is a man, who's a man, what does that look like, because that was already innate and that was already within us.
Well,
But,
I think that was already
since,
that was
hold on.
Conversation.
But since that has happened, a bunch of laws have come in, and they're not even laws. They're not even laws, because a law is something that's irrefutable, like the law of gravity. When you drop something down, it's gonna hit the ground. Gravity. It's a law. You can't change it. That's what it is. But these rules that have been made in order to, I don't know, keep us where we're at, they also keep us in a state of confusion. It's going to take at least the same amount of time for us to figure out what it is that we need to do, as it is we have been dehumanized here in the United States. So if it's been over 200 years being dehumanized, and we're just figuring it out, right? It's going to take at least another 200 years for us to get it right. And then we're going to say, wait a minute, this is what's been going on, right? Now we got to do something different to affect the next 200 years. That's just statistically speaking.
So
basically, in order to, so I'll bring it all the way back here. In order to affect things now and change things now, it's got to do with the laws, man. We got to change the laws on a local level that then affect things on a national level. I'm talking about laws within our community, because we need our communities back.
Bailey got something to say.
So let me get this straight.
Standing on business.
So you saying laws, right, Shaw?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about
Stand
laws.
on business, Mike.
Ask the average person, how do you even create one? How do you even present a bill?
Oh, I can tell you that.
They don't know.
I watched the Schoolhouse Rock.
They don't
Oh,
know.
you remember that, right? You
So
remember
what
that
happened?
Schoolhouse Rock, right?
Conjunction.
Remember
One
Schoolhouse
Started
Rock?
off as just a bill, right?
Okay. So before we even talk about laws, what's the first thing we got to get before even laws? All of that.
Well, it's definitely education, but again, that is controlled. That is controlled by, again, the federal government.
By the man.
What's that education system that you don't like there, Davis? The Department of Education. Ain't you said
that
it,
motherfucker?
but
You have
everything that's going on with the free,
you have a
education
$2,000 machine in your hand right now.
Yeah, but at the same note, that's what I'm saying. We can use that. They have a system. They have apps right now that you can go on and figure out how to make a bill, how to create law,
Correct,
right? How to do these things. But the first step is we got to get to vote on the local level. We got to start on the local level.
But the ignorance is a choice, because we can say that, sure, but ignorance is a choice. You can take your ass to school. You can do it. I got it. There's a big disparity over when we talking about education. We talk about a hard, like Ivy League school, a SUNY school, or a city school, or some little rinky-dink damn college, right? But you can still rise above it. Are you willing to put in the work for it?
But the thing is if you're trying to rise above something that you're constantly seem like you pissing in the wind, for lack of better words, right? It's gonna be hard to move forward on it, right? You got so many things in your way that's keeping you from making the next move and moving left or right, right? And a lot of that has to do with, again, a lot of the local regulations and laws that we have in place that keeps us as a people. So let's just use this for example. Davis was talking about Jaquan earlier. And how do I get Jaquan to better understand, hey, don't pay so much to rap music and this and that, and watch me on Minds of Melanin, because I'm gonna give you the real deal, right? Well, the first thing is when I was growing up, my mama ain't let me watch all that, right? She didn't let me watch even though I did BET After Dark.
I ain't got no
Right.
panties on. I ain't got no panties on.
Right? Every opportunity I got, I was watching that junk, boy. But anyway, she didn't let me do that, right? But before her, they didn't even show that shit on TV. See what I'm saying? It was
Okay.
certain rules and regulations with the FCC where guess what? They couldn't even show that on TV. But because of us not getting out there on the local level and these local politicians going up to the federal level, guess what? The FCC don't care nothing about it. Who is it affecting? It ain't affecting the other people. It's affecting us. So we have to reverse that. How do we reverse that? First, you need to get out there and fucking vote. That's number one. On the local level, at least. Now, y'all don't want to know what I say about the federal level.
Hold on.
That's a
Y'all
whole
did
nother
some
bag.
y'all did some hellacious segues here.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm talking. Well, so I got all of that. I got there from saying how you said that. How we gonna fix it? How do we fix it? How do we
Well,
turn this into a positive thing where we're not talking about
okay.
the
Let's rope
problem,
this in, right?
so
Let's rope
forth and
this
so
in.
on.
Let's rope this in. What I was more so specified on was how we it starts in the household, right? I want to add some clarity to what I said because I think it was kind of distorted. I wasn't more so saying that to ignore the
Shit
issue or
died.
to ignore
Continue.
the problem. I wasn't saying that, right? Now somehow, some way, we done segue to voting. Hawk, you missed that. We on voting now. Yeah. So
yeah.
I wasn't
David
saying
said,
to,
"How can we fix it?"
right,
David
right,
said, "How can we fix it?" So I
Okay.
said, "This
Okay.
is how we can
right,
fix it."
Connect the dots.
right. So more so saying to so man, I understand like the voting aspects kind of improves our circumstances and
The
the
community.
reality that
That's
we
what I
the
was saying.
community.
If
Right,
voting will
right, right,
improve your community,
right,
thereby
right.
changing the dynamics of how you take information in.
Got it. Right.
It's one vital part that you're missing from that though, man. Like the reason why as blacks we keep falling, but that we stay behind is because we don't even have a community to begin with.
Y'all keep voting for
Like without
Democrats.
family. No.
I'm with Lottie
Without
on this one. I'm
without
with Lottie.
No, no.
I'm with
well
Lottie. I'm with Lottie.
without families, you have no community, and without the community, votes really don't mean nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
Like
said we should
nobody's
make
gonna
our
take
own
a black.
community, and the dog looked at me like I was an asshole.
No. Well,
Why
so
don't you have a
Nobody's
community,
gonna
Lottie?
put
Why don't
nobody's
you have
well,
a
gonna take
community?
us serious
so the thing about it is
because it
we're
was
putting the cart
we
before
already
the
went
horse,
down
and
Lottie,
that
where
road.
the community went?
I agree with Lottie. You're putting the cart before the horse on this one, right? So it's hard to talk about a
Mhm.
community when you don't have a house. You know what I'm
Bingo.
saying?
How do you get a house?
Without families,
Well,
you ain't
that
got nothing.
and that's where I was more so honing in on, right? So I agree with everything you said, Shaw. And I completely agree with Lottie. I agree with everything that y'all have said. You know what I'm saying? I view y'all as some of the most intelligent people. That's the reason why we are all together, right? Minds and melanin type shit, right? So
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. So but where I
Sick
was more
ass
so
ad libs.
yeah,
He couldn't
for the
even deliver that
audience,
quote.
where I was more so specifying is more so on the house, right? And Shaw kind of took it and expounded and went dove a little deeper into the community, and how to enhance said community. Um, I was more so specifying on how husband, wife, man, woman need to do their parts to better the offsprings and keep from, turning that top to the bottom picture, right? That's more so what I was talking about. But Lottie, you make a viable point, bro, and my hat's off to
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm
I
saying? Yeah.
appreciate it. I
What
appreciate
was the
it.
rest?
But
What was the rest of your
but
point? Lot? I didn't get it all.
well, to answer Shaw's question, he was asking like what happened to the community. I mean, we dove down that already, man. I've already explained. You may disagree with it, but it's the truth, man. I mean, you do the history on it. You mentioned that it was a lot of other things that went on around that time period, and it wasn't feminism that did it. It was the Vietnam War. It was heroin.
They say it
It was
wasn't feminism. It wasn't only feminism.
or it wasn't only feminism. Well, feminism was the main thing, there was a lot of shit that went on, and there's a lot of shit that still goes on to this day. Black people, and for black people especially, man, we're the most resilient people. I would argue in the world. We survived the crack epidemic. We survived heroin. We survived the Vietnam War. We survived 400 years of slavery and Jim Crow. We survived all these things that came and they have went. But you know the one thing that we haven't survived, one thing that keeps us separate, that came and it is here to this day.
Each other.
Westernized feminism.
Oh shit!
Us separating us, keeping us separated.
Fuck.
Yep.
Oh, snap.
Fuck.
That is the one thing. That is the one thing that has came, and we have yet. That is a cancer.
How do we get there?
So we don't have enough time to address this. What's happening right now?
What the?
We
Go
want
from
to
Westernized.
closing arguments.
Lottie, where did that go from? Where you?
You said westernized.
Lottie, I was with you.
I was flowing with him. Yes.
do?
No, nigga.
What did you do?
No.
Bro, I had to took my hat off to that man.
Hey, bro.
Bro, what the fuck did you just do?
Hey, man.
But go ahead.
He was piecing a lot of quotes
Yeah,
together.
unpack that.
No.
No. Hey, look. Here we go. Tune in next week.
Yeah.
To the
But you know what?
next episode.
I want to afford my brother that the opportunity to go ahead and touch that. Go ahead, unpack your statement.
Bailey. How do we stop the line at the bottom? This a whole nother hour. My shit done died once, bro.
Find a role model.
God damn it, Bailey. I'm so sorry. He pricked my curiosity, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I just gotta know where he was gonna go with that.
Yeah.
I want to know where he was
Lottie,
gonna go, man.
Lottie.
Lottie, where you gonna go, man? Lottie, where you going? He got
What I
that
was
frog
saying
in his
was-
throat.
I never heard of that. I never heard of that term. So please let me know what the hell is westernized feminism.
Hey.
Feminism started in the West, right?
D, good night, bro. Good.
Hold on. What feminism started here in America, right? Feminism started here in the Western civilization, correct?
Subjective.
Nah, bro. It
Ain't
didn't.
subjective. That shit started here.
Nah,
Nevertheless, goddamn it, I ain't finna spend too much time.
You got your
going back and
facts on
forth
that?
about it.
What about my wife?
yeah, I could definitely tell you.
We
did
got
not.
it from somebody.
Yeah, definitely Eurocentric.
And who?
He
Yeah, but it
just told
started
me.
here.
And who?
It ain't started.
Lottie,
But
Lottie, you
continue,
talking about
bro.
feminism?
Hey,
You
if
talking
I'm
about
wrong, hey, yeah, if I'm
Well,
wrong,
he
I'm wrong.
specified. He said westernized feminism. So he specified
Technically,
westernized.
westernized feminism
He
has to be
specified.
in the West.
Yeah. Okay, Lottie,
Yeah.
we following you. Go ahead, run with that.
I was thinking, like, I don't know, like Cleopatra. Yeah,
Yeah,
she wasn't
Way
in the
over there.
West, but she was way that way.
Good night, boy. Y'all, boy.
She embodied a lot of those qualities, you know.
I'm interested in this topic.
But yeah, go ahead.
but bottom
Feminism
line-
in the West.
But bottom line, what I was saying was that feminism is the cancer that destroyed the black household. You know, yeah, it's a cancer.
and I want to ask you, and I keep asking you this, according to who? Because I got some different information.
I about to say,
other black households on here.
Nah, I was, you know me. I go against Shaw a lot of times because usually Shaw got to stick up his ass somewhere, and I usually
That's not true. Shaw goes against you a lot of times.
That's true. That's
You
true.
just support your argument a lot of times.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So usually me and Shaw are like adverse to each other, but right now, like I agree with Shaw, and so Lottie, you gotta unpack that.
Yeah, you gotta let me get. You got the floor right now, because I'm.
Well,
You
first
gotta
of all,
do a very good job
Lot,
at that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Lot. I'm
What?
flowing with you, bro. I just,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, bro. I'm not flowing with you. I'm standing on business right now.
Man, you can stand on whatever you want to stand on, man. But I mean, Got any more
You
than-
got
oh
to,
yeah.
you got
him and
to,
all them
you got to
westernized
qualify,
feminists.
you got to qualify that statement for me because you keep
It's
saying
me,
Yeah,
but you
ain't
got to qualify.
Kevin Samuels. We own
You
this
ain't
boat together.
qualified.
You got to qualify that statement about saying what you said about the feminism thing because I got some evidence that say something totally different.
Quantify.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Quantify means you're
Well-
talking about numbers. I have quantifiable evidence that says something different,
There
but
you
he
go.
has to qualify what he's saying.
I'm asking you. Ask him to qualify. I'm asking him to quantify it. I ain't trying to correct you. I just want something else from him. Go.
I would just like some sort of cue to be offered to this group. On you.
To begin with, when the Great Society Act and everything was introduced around that time period, our women broke away from the original fight, which was the Civil War. I'm not. Oh shit, not Civil War. Y'all done fuck me up, man. Y'all done fuck me way.
Nah, man. Look, I need you follow
goddamn it.
Kevin Samuels, right? You like KS, right? I need
God
facts,
damn,
data,
man.
and
Y'all done fuck
statistics.
me way up. God damn. Hey, edit that
You
shit
finna
out.
get-
Fuck,
You
man.
better get all of
Y'all
Kevin
threw me off
Samuels
my whole,
facts and
y'all
data.
threw me off my whole line.
All right, look. Goddamn
Y'all
it,
threw me
man,
off my
look,
whole line. Don't
I'm gonna be
edit that
real with
shit
you,
out.
man.
Damn.
I would have flown with you at all, but it was 3 against 1.
God damn.
When the
Y'all
dog
threw
threw
me
that,
off my
You want me to help
whole-
you out, Lottie?
when the dog threw that goddamn out there, bro, I broke territory.
Oh my god.
Ooh, man.
Let me help you out, Lottie.
I was,
Edit
I
that
was
shit. First of all,
trying to
edit
be
that
on
shit
your
out. That
side.
shit. Ooh, shit.
There was a look.
Hold
There
on.
was a
I ain't gonna lie
survey
to
done among black
God
adults,
damn.
right?
Shit.
And it was
When
done
you
by the
said it,
Pew
I was like,
Research.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Start over, Sean. Say it
Yeah,
again.
yeah, go ahead, Charles. Go ahead.
There was a survey done among black adults. It was done by Pew Research. We'll put the link in the description.
Kevin Samuels.
And it actually said that 51% of men, adult men, say feminism has helped black women.
Oh shit.
51% of black men.
Say that again. Hold on. Wait.
Who the
Say
fuck
that
took
bullshit
these
again.
numbers?
51% of black men say
51%
that
of black.
adult men say that feminism has helped black women. 49% of all black adults.
Has
If there was
helped
ever a
feminism.
gazelle
Wait.
speech
Wait.
time, this would be the
You said
time, baby.
feminism has helped who?
It's 51% of black men say that feminism has helped black women.
Isn't that the point of feminism?
Paul,
Right. But
Can I-
hold on.
Yes, you can. Yes, go.
wait.
Go. No.
Hold on.
You stop him there. Go, baby. Gazelle, get
That
they
poll.
ass.
But hold
Hold
on.
up, sir. I gotta ask you a question
49% says that it overall has helped. 49% of black people. 49% of black people.
Okay, so
It's not quite half, but it's very close.
are we talking about the demographics of all the 52 states, or are we talking about a poll of 1,200?
So now you're getting into diving into statistics, right? Because I don't know where any of these data come from. I'm just telling you, this
so
is
we
the
gotta
most
be careful
reputable
when we use that.
Pew Research. They're one of the most reputable research people out there. But when you start talking about statistics, it does get into, hey, okay, how many people did they actually survey? Where were they surveyed at? How much money did these people make? Right? What were their ethnic background? All of these different things come into play, but just on the basics of just flat out a good research website. That's one of them, and pretty much a lot of black facts you can go on there and find out.
So we can't say what something is or isn't without having knowledge of it, right?
That's true.
So that's nullified then. So we can't use that statistics if we don't know the demographics of it.
It was black. It was the
Statistics.
demographics was all black. They said all black adults.
Black, y'all.
Yo, get out of here, man. All right,
Well, the problem
but
I had, well, again, the problem I have with that
Shit.
is that, again, the majority of us Here in America, we grew up under single parent households that were led by mothers.
And didn't
So of
watch
course they
channel.
going. So of course they going. Yeah. So of course they gonna take up for that shit.
I think it was too much going on at the time to directly blame
Going straight to the
everything on
hot place.
feminism. It was just too much happening, right? Too much happening.
I'm not sitting there saying. Well, I'm not sitting there saying that everything should be blamed on feminism. I understand that there was a lot going on. And I even mentioned in one of our videos that baby booms at that time, they were given a lot of opportunities really fast, and that the previous generation did not have offered to them. So nobody could properly guide them on how to make the right decisions. So with everything happening as fast as it did, I think it was a lot of short-sightedness around that time. I don't think there was really any malice intent, but
Wait,
there
to
was
be
definitely
clear,
a
to
lot of
make sure
mistakes
I'm
that were made.
understanding you correctly, you saying the women of that time had choices they
No, I
previously
said
had?
they all had. No, I said that generation, not just the women,
Oh,
but
so
that
the entire
generation had a
generation.
lot of.
Okay.
Yeah. They all had a lot of opportunities. So it was a lot of short-sightedness that was going on around that time period. You know,
Due to a lack of information.
you said due to a lack of information.
Yeah, you said there was a lot of short-sightedness going on at that time period.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Because I think, man, like Silent Generation, man, they went through like the real struggle because they was going through the majority of Jim Crow and shit, or coming out of slavery. Um, by the time the baby booms came around, you were looking at towards like they were coming up in their young adult years towards like the end of Jim Crow. So when the Great Society Act came around, um, Lyndon B. Johnson, I think that was his name was, when he signed that Great Society Act, it offered a lot of people a lot of different opportunities. And that's when you start to see the world starting to change. So with feminism, with feminism, I would say that it was definitely the main thing. It's the thing that keeps us apart today. Everything else that happened around that time, right? If you're talking about the crack epidemic, heroin, the Vietnam War, all that shit came and went. But the one thing that still keeps us apart, is feminism, because our women don't listen to us. They don't obey us.
Oh shit! I got the mute. Fuck.
Okay. All right, Lottie. Oh shit. Okay.
So no shit, there I was, bro. I saw this wise man.
So okay.
Bro, you go, man, you horrible. Get off the goddamn podcast, bro. Oh shit! Fuck.
Oh shit.
So, baby, how do we get the line from the bottom to go to the line at the top? I have so much editing to do tonight.
My stomach hurts so bad.
Bailey over there fucking laughing too. This nigga ain't on camera. Oh shit! Right,
This is not how this supposed to be. This ain't how it's supposed to go. All right.
I'm trying to bring it back. Well, you made some points. Unbeknownst to the viewer, you motherfuckers is texting your asses off.
Okay.
Wait, what?
So Lottie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I want to comment off of that. There are so many other, to specify that feminism, I'm not saying that feminism is not an issue. I'm not saying it's not an issue. You know me. I'm big on unity, on the togetherness, if you will, of the black household. I'm not saying that feminism is not an issue. What I am saying, there are so many other contributing factors into why we are the way that we are as a whole, to the point where I would not highlight feminism at all. I feel like feminism, second wave feminism, westernized feminism, however you want to call it, I feel like those are just mere distractions to the greater issues. Damn Bailey over there sweating. So I feel like they're just distractions. And I really don't feel like you should highlight those. Right? There's so many other distractions that I could give you on why our culture is in this, in disarray, i.e., you know, societal norms, social media, the education system. The list goes on. I could give you so many reasons as to why our household is not a household.
Okay, hold on, time out. So let me say this here. So like everything that you just listed, notice how like this whole society is gone. Oh, notice how like this whole society has gone soft, right?
Yes.
Our education system and everything else. It's all gone very matriarchal.
Shout out to Hulk over there finishing that bottle. Go ahead, Hulk. Go ahead.
You see that thing. You see that thing. Y'all done put me through it today. Y'all done put me through it today. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is that like it's all gone very very matriarchy, right?
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that. But if you're gonna highlight the things that you've highlighted, then you have to go all the way back, right? So like you can't speak on that without speaking on that little book or manual that Willie Lynch created. Like you can't so if you're gonna go that far back, bro, you gotta go all the way back. And you gotta actually specify like where that shit came from. You know what I'm saying? Because there was an alternative motive that even promoted that. So to say that to specify on that, there was other contributing factors that came before 65 that led to why we're here. There were major factors that were before 1965, bro. That's what I'm saying. There was some contributing factors there was some contributing factors back in the 50s, the 40s, all the rest of that, bro, that led to that. So when we talking about feminism, when you speak of feminism, when Kevin Samuel speaks of feminism, he talk about, women empowerment, women working, women doing this, then that, blah, 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 blah. And that's the conversation that I try to stray away from, to be honest with you. Because I love women. And I don't want to blame them for shit because I was raised by a strong black woman, right? I was raised by one, primarily. I'm a product of that. So you can call me the anomaly. You can call me whatever you want. But I don't want to place the blame on my sisters.
Lottie, I dropped a link in there for the Great Society.
I got you. Yeah.
I don't want to place the blame.
Well, let me say this. I'm not sitting there trying to place the blame. I'm not sitting there saying like, oh, it's all the woman's fault or anything like that. But what I am saying is that it's about understanding where shit went wrong. I'm not sitting there trying to point the fingers or anything like that, but it goes back to what I said earlier. We got to understand the history and what went wrong, understand how the shit got fucked up in order for us to be able to come up with the solutions and how to fix it.
Yeah, but if you're gonna speak on history, then speak on the whole
should we
history.
do away with feminism? Based upon what you're saying, should we say, you know what, the hell with feminism? We don't need that. Is that how we fix it?
Yeah. I definitely see. First wave was cool because originally it was really about choice. But then once second
wave are not about choice.
No, it's about it. No,
so somebody made them do that.
No, dude, no. Don't misconstrue what I said. Second wave is about equality. It became about equality.
Is that not
First wave
choice?
was about first wave was about choice. Second wave was about equality. They wanted they didn't want just equal opportunity. They wanted like equal outcomes. So like when you shout out to Kevin Samuels, motherfucking so second wave it strayed away from what first wave was about, and it became about rebelling against the patriarchy.
Okay. So what I'm saying
So
is,
second wave feminism, top priorities were gender roles, reproductive rights, financial independence, workplace equality, and domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name was that this was the major contributing factor to the downfall of the black community was feminism.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Because they ended up.
not what happened to us in slavery during those times that led up to
We were still married at
why,
80%. We were still married at an 80% rate
but we was
during the height of
taking.
Jim Crow, during slavery. We were still married at an 80%
so
rate.
Yeah, but
the
how was that census taken when we didn't even have rights during those times? So where do those numbers come? That 80% come from if we weren't even considered a whole citizen?
Solid generation. They were married. We had communities back then.
Yeah.
I want so me and Bailey. So Bailey, hold up. Let me get this Bailey.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So what you're saying is,
Hold on, let me put my. There we go.
yeah. So you're saying, so to what my brother said, like if you're gonna talk about history, and you're saying that all of these things contributed to, second wave feminism, first wave feminism, blah 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 blah. And you're saying that we should ignore what happened in slavery. So like Bailey said that.
Who said that?
Okay, so like where's your data coming from?
Hold on. A really good book right here you can read. Motherfucking Race, Reform, and Rebellion.
And
Okay.
Race Reform
It's a
and
really good
Rebellion
book.
said that the reason why the black household is in disarray is because of second and first wave feminism.
No, dude, I'm saying that that's where the shit started, man. And I'm not
It
sitting there
started
saying
there.
that. Oh,
So
okay,
that's
hold on.
opinion. That's your opinion.
This is what I'm saying. And it does talk a lot about a feminism as well. What I'm saying is that there was a lot of contributing factors to it. But the one thing that keeps us that keeps the black household separated or broken, it is feminism, or it started with feminism.
Oh, I'm a firm believer, bro. And the point that I was going to touch in on. So when you say that marriage rates are at an all-time low, that's what you said, right?
Tell her this mine's melanin after dark.
You
Yeah,
said
this
you
is
said that
officially-
marriage rates was at an all-time low, correct? That's what you said.
Yeah, amongst blacks, yeah.
What I'm
I
saying,
look at black
wait a
women.
minute. I think you right. So is it safe to say that there's other contributing factors on why marriage rates are at an all-time low?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say there's other contributing factors.
Now, is it safe to say that us as blacks as a whole, especially our women, are some of the top educated in the nation as of now?
I wouldn't say that.
They are.
So black women
That's a
are
fact.
not.
That's a fact, Jack.
That's
That
a
is
fact,
Say
right?
that. You gonna have to drop another link for that one.
No.
I'm not going, but drop another link for that one if you got that.
Even your beloved Kevin Samuel said that
Because
our black women are the most educated.
no, he didn't.
Most educated, bro.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He
said
did
most
say it.
enrolled.
God damn it.
No, he didn't. He said most enrolled. No, he didn't. He said most enrolled. He said most enrolled.
Well, that's a statistical fact, bro.
Okay, so what is
Most enrolled.
so
And
let's dive in this.
and what are they? Hold on. And what are they
what is the
graduating in?
definition of
What are they
educated?
graduating in? What are they graduating in?
No. To be educated does not mean that you have to graduate. It just means that you have to validate that you have been educated. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say that black women were the most degree obtained people. That's not what I said. I said the most educated.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay.
we speaking words have meaning now. So is it not a fact that our women, our queens, are the most educated?
In any
And
case,
so I acknowledge, yeah,
this
there's
is a great,
Hold on,
great,
hold on, hold on,
great
hold on.
pause.
This
Bailey
mine's
has something to
Melon
say.
After Dark. Hold on, I'm
Bailey
trying to
has
get
something
some
to say.
action over here. Wait a minute.
Bailey said something. Bailey was about to say something. He didn't get a chance to state his point.
I
Bailey, go ahead
was,
and get
but
that out.
he cut me off and went to, he went to go, open the door,
I feel
You
like
did say a lot of loaded
Gazelle.
stuff there, Lottie.
Bailey saw a gazelle run across the screen. Go ahead, Bailey.
I did, sir.
I've been waiting for this.
Now, this, like, I didn't lost my train of thought with this.
Well, you
feminism
actually
thing.
said that how can we measure accurately who was married and who was not married and at what percentage if we were not actually being counted as people at the
Thank you,
time?
sir. Thank you. Thank you. So, we were 3/5 of a person. So, how would we, you said that marriage and all of these things played, all of these things were a reason to the downfall of our community. So what I was asking, what Shaw said was, well, how? Well, we weren't even really counted.
we were
We
counted.
weren't even citizens.
Hold
So
on, hold on. Now you might be talking about during slavery, but even during slavery, black people were still getting married. The silent generation
No.
coming,
Lottie, the
after slavery, we
Constitution,
definitely.
what Bailey
Question
is
was,
talking.
how do you know how many and at what rate?
correct.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
can you
dude, that's easy, man. That
confirm?
shit's,
How can you? What
yeah, I
numbers are
said.
you using to make that statement?
Oh, that's easy, man. You can still look that up in Census Bureau. Even Kevin Samuels
No.
even
What
talks
he's
about.
saying
Okay.
is no. What Lottie, what Bailey is saying is,
Mhm.
how do you quantify that when
Mm,
black people as a
quantify.
whole were considered as 3/4
3/5.
human?
Correct.
3/5. 3/5.
3/5.
Three
I'm sorry.
fifths.
Okay.
Now
At what time?
that
Hold on. At what time period are you talking about?
still to
You talking
this
about
day,
during
because it's
slavery? You
still
talking
in
about?
the Constitution. Still to this day,
Bro,
based on
Lottie, you
our
serious right
Constitution.
now?
Hold on. So you saying that like black people? Because if that's the case, I mean, Shaw just pulled out
Lottie,
his
read
own
the
statistics
Constitution.
earlier.
Read the Constitution.
No. Hold on. Shaw just pulled out his own statistics that he said was a sample size of black adults himself, and there
And
was a
what did I
51%.
just say
So
to
then
that
that
one?
And he chopped
say it
Shaw
again.
down too. So now he coming for you.
Black people are still counted in percentages. If we pull out a sample size,
All right, so a poll is when
we're
is
not
something
we're not
considered a poll? How many people
say it
does it
again.
take for something to be considered a poll? There's a number.
I think for a decent sample size, you would need at least like a sample size of 500.
You think?
No, at
There's
least
a
decent
You-
sample size is more than 30.
okay.
Yeah, like a
For
decent
it to be
sample
an
size.
actual poll for analytics, how many people must it be?
For analytics, you're still looking about 500.
About 12.
But I'm talking about like if you're looking for like at least a decent,
Yeah,
like a
but
decent
now
sample
remember,
size.
during that time that you're saying this, right?
Mhm.
We were not considered, right? And this is where D was talking about. You got to go back. You got to go back to why the man wasn't even in the household like that. That comes from a lot of this stuff stems from slavery. So I can't. That's what I'm trying to get with the feminism thing. I don't see where that.
Did we not have communities? Let me ask you that. Did we not have communities?
Communities of what during slavery?
Even I'm talking about even after slavery, when we were living in Jim Crow era. Did we not have families? Did we not have communities?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Did we not have actual men in the household? because we already pulled out a picture of the line on the top and the line at the bottom.
What was happening to men during that time when we were actually out of slavery? What was happening to our men?
No, answer my question first, please. Did we not have men in the household?
Yes.
Okay. So at some point, something had to change. Something happened to where we got to that line at the bottom.
What happened before
Yeah.
that? What happened to the men before that? Because there's something that's called a residual effect.
Right.
So before that, what was happening to our men? That women had to carry on the burdens of the men not being in the house.
No, sir. The man was in the house. The man did his. The
Now,
men
come
were
on,
doing
man.
that part.
Come on,
We had
Lottie.
more serious. The men were more serious back then. That's why we had that line. That's why we had that picture. That line
Back when?
is a symbol. That
Back
line
when?
is a symbol of the men back then.
Back when?
I'm not saying that all men were. I'm not saying that all the men were perfect and
Back
and
when?
you didn't have no
When?
bad ones out there.
What time period are you talking about? When were men there?
Yeah, give me the date. Give me a roundabout.
I mean, we talking about silent generation, man. So that's
Oh, give me a
hold on. As a matter of fact, hold on.
I'm a bit of a historian, so
Hold on.
Yeah, me too, man. You know, I'm only Prince Hall.
The silent generation was from 1928 to 1945. So
thank you. So it's 1945, and then after that, that's when the baby booms took over, right?
So what
yeah,
happened?
baby boomers took
So
over in
you speaking of-
1946 to 1964.
Okay.
So what time frame are you specifying on, Lottie?
Jesus Christ. 1928. So let's just say 10.
Let's just
So,
say
so somebody born in 1928 will be 95 years old right now.
So if we just take on like once they enter marrying age, which is like 18. So let's just say, I think that would be 1936. No, not 1936. 1946. My bad.
What was the women's rights movement?
Well, 1965.
Okay.
Thought it was 70, but
Nah, 1965. So let's say around like 1940, 1946, because that's when silent generation started entering their marriage their marriage years. Like these men were more serious people. I'm not saying that they were all perfect.
The women's rights movement was the 60s through the 70s.
That's why I said 1965. It started in 1965.
Started in 61.
Started in 65.
61.
65.
Sure.
So yeah, you're right. The silent generation, the men were working a whole lot more, right? But it was also a whole lot of stuff going on in the world. We had the Cold War happening at that time. And it was a lot of shit going on. Like to say that one thing affected the household more than the other, I think you will be doing a disservice to a lot of the people who paved the way for us to be able to sit here and have this conversation. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Well said, Shaw.
Right. That's why I say, bro, there was other contributing factors. So to
I'm not denying
specify,
that.
but to specify, what I'm saying is, what you're specifying on, like you're highlighting feminism, bro. And to be honest with you, bro, one could argue that feminism had like compared to everything else, because you got to think, bro, during this time there are wars. During this time frame, like black people as a whole, we're participating.
Came out of the Cold War, World War I,
right.
World War II.
Those things came and passed, man. Like those things are over with. We don't have
during
the Cold War, the freaking the Vietnam War.
The Vietnam War was when?
Vietnam War.
It was in the
Vietnam
60s,
War was
I can't remember exactly what
during the baby boom era.
Yeah,
Vietnam
that's what
War.
all I'm saying is I'm saying those things came and went.
Started.
I'm talking about the thing. I'm talking about what's.
When did the Vietnam War end?
I think the Vietnam War ended in 65, maybe. somewhere around there. Let's look it up. I got a whole big computer right here. Hold on.
1975. I'm sorry, April 30th, 1975.
So
when
the
the Vietnam
Vietnam
War
War ended in 75. So you're saying that feminism started in 65. So it's safe to say that we still had black men that was still over there getting drafted.
Getting
Yeah,
their
but
ass mollywops,
Right.
son.
See, you see what I'm saying? So
and,
during
and,
this time,
what I'm saying,
that's why I'm saying, like,
is that those things came and went.
you said came and went, bro. So in the 65 is when feminism started, as you say, but the Vietnam War is still going. Now, mind you, bro, the Vietnam War
Clear into Gen X. Clear into Gen X. So a lot of those black men will be probably, let's say, 53 years old today or something like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying to this day.
So Lottie, what we're saying is we're not saying that feminism wasn't a thing. We're not saying that.
Right.
What we're saying is we're saying that there are other larger contributing factors to that. Because feminism
I'm not saying this the major.
Right. So feminism swayed women to think a certain way and to, dethrone men. Okay, cool, great. The Vietnam War killed motherfuckers and completely took them out of the what's called out of the household. Right? They were drafted and taken away. So what I'm saying is, right. So what we're saying is that there are larger and other contributing factors. So if you're gonna say that,
you're gonna say the Vietnam War is affecting our households today?
Hell yeah.
No, dude, come on, bro.
You don't
these
think
guys are still alive, bro. These guys are grandfathers.
That may be, come on, bro. That may be true. But the reason why we
and the ones
so
that died, they're not even here to rear their grandchildren.
Okay, so Lottie, so this is the thing. So during the Vietnam era, during the Vietnam era, so for a nation to draft
Vietnam
era. I'm sorry, I've been drinking, bro. I've been double 50 minutes.
So, bro, it's been so many words that ain't got a slur to it.
Yeah. So
y'all should hear y'all niggas trying to say statistics and statistical.
Yeah, it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, I struggle.
So Lottie, what we're saying is we're not necessarily trying to. Well, we are. So we're not trying to discredit your point, but we are. But that the thing is, the Vietnam. So you're saying that Vietnam doesn't play a role in what we are today? It absolutely does. This is a war.
This is Miles Millen After Dark.
It legitimately, bro. So here's the thing, bro. It legitimately pulled a group of men out of their household, and they couldn't raise them.
We're millennials. We didn't grow up in that time period. It does not. The Vietnam War is not what's keeping the black household. The Vietnam War is not what's keeping black people from making families and staying married.
And neither is
feminism. It is not. Okay, that is not. That is
said it. Neither is feminism.
That shit. The hell if it ain't.
But what? No, see, that's the thing,
We have too many women. We have too many of our women today that don't want to be wives. You said, Joe.
There's also a lot
nowadays,
of that don't want to be
husbands. It's a movement for a lot of people who just don't want to be married.
Because of what?
Lottie.
Because of why? Because of
Lottie,
what? Though?
No, Lottie.
Why don't they want to be married?
Because of legalities.
Yes, that's why.
Because of legalities. That is what's killing marriages.
Even with legalities, right? You know just as well as I know that a lot of the benefits goes more towards women than the men.
Those are the legalities,
right? But why is that though?
Principalities.
Black women
those
in
are
the
legalities.
were counted as black women in the 60s were counted as double minorities. That was a part of the Great Society Act.
Holy shit!
All of those.
I didn't see that in the great. I didn't see that. I didn't see that part. That's why I sent that link to you. What you just mentioned.
Look it up. Yeah,
I already did. I looked it up. I sent it to you so you can look it up.
Yeah, but that's the truth, man. All I'm saying is that a lot of incentives and benefits just started going towards women are given more incentives or benefits for leaving their marriages than actually staying in. All of these things for giving the women and children. Go ahead.
So my problem with all of this, right? See, I think that men and women just don't understand each other enough, right?
That's true.
Women want to be treated like a human, right? For all time, they have not been humanized. And so they want to be treated like a human. And so during that time period, that's what they were fighting for, to be treated like a human. So I don't necessarily know. I couldn't necessarily say that feminism, whether it's second wave, first wave, whatever it may be, higher contributors.
Wait, time out. You think in 2023 women want to be treated like a human?
No, I was saying at that time, that's why they became a
Okay,
part of the feminist movement, because they wanted to be
So you
treated
talking
like a human.
then, not
But
now.
now nobody wants to get married. Bro, I work with a bunch of young 23, 25-year-old young ladies. Some of them, they met they white girls, a lot of them. Some of them, they met their husbands in college, and the fiancés in college, and they planning their wedding right now. They 25 years old. But the other white females that I talked to, guess what? They said, fuck that. I'm not getting married for what? Black females I talk to say the same thing. The black nurses that I meet, why get married? We can do the same thing, not being married, as we can do if we were married. He got a job, he got his own insurance. I got a job, I got my own insurance. Why we need to be married?
And that is a great question for next week.
We got to get that wise man said, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say we talk about the issues that's going on. We offer our opinions on what started it, what was the catalyst, and also how we can fix those issues. And then we like to wrap these episodes up with a little segment we call a wise man once said. So on that one, I give the floor to our illustrious dog.
Hey, what's up? What's up, people? What's up?
Don't be too long-winded.
So we talked about today, and we pointed blame. And for me, right, Davis, I want to get away from the point to blame at the man or the woman. I feel like we should come together as a whole. Now, I often speak on Jaquan, and I got a quote for him because I want to speak to our young men today. So the segment from the wise man what's said, comes from Martin Luther King Jr. himself. And the quote is, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands of times of challenge and controversy." Right? And when you normally I would unpack it, but I want the viewers to unpack that, and I want you to go down in the comment section and tell me what you think that means to you. Right? But that came from MLK himself, and I think it's very powerful, and there's a lot to say about that. So I turn it back over to Hawk.
Reminder: if you appreciate the content, if you like to see the gentlemen up on this panel, especially gentlemen of our color, gentlemen of our race, actually sitting here and unpacking some of these issues and having this discourse. If you appreciate what you saw, please, please, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions for content, if you would like to reach out to the crew, please reach out to the email. It'll be beneath this video inside of the comments. And lastly, but not least, if you're feeling motherfucking froggy, feed the goddamn ducks. My God. Go ahead and get your shoulders moving.
Debbie.
Look, Bailey done put down his pick.
I got to feed my ducks.
He is no longer turning big rocks into little rocks. He got a nice little vibe going. I done killed a whole goddamn bottle. If you're still present with us after this video, it's my back.